Welcome to Zoe Stories. My ex made me a girl after my breakup. Ryan was a typical 20-something guy with a decent job, a tight-knit group of friends, and a predictable routine. His life seemed fine on the outside, but inside, he felt stuck. He had recently gone through a breakup with Maya, his girlfriend of 3 years. It wasn't a dramatic split. No shouting matches or bitter accusations. Just the quiet, inevitable fizzling out of something that had once been good. They both moved on, or at least they pretended to. But while Ryan was trying to convince himself that being single again was freeing, he often found himself missing Maya's laughter, her spontaneous ideas, and the comfort of having someone who truly knew him. One particularly gloomy Saturday, Ryan received a text from Mia. "Hey, want to come over? I'm doing a massive closet purge, and I could use some company. No pressure, though." Ryan hesitated. He hadn't seen Maya in a while, and though they had promised to remain friends, things were still tinged with the awkwardness of all the things left unsaid. But the idea of spending a rainy afternoon alone in his apartment sounded even worse. "Sure, I'll be there in 20, he replied, grabbing his jacket and heading out. Maya's apartment was a mess when Ryan arrived. Clothes were strewn everywhere. Piles of dresses, blouses, and shoes covered the furniture, making the place look like a tornado had swept through a boutique. Maya greeted him with a hug, her smile warm and familiar, though there was still a hint of distance in her eyes. They spent the next hour chatting, catching up on work, friends, and random life updates, while Maya sorted through her wardrobe. Ryan watched as she held up each item, scrutinizing it before tossing it into either the keep or donate pile. The atmosphere was light, filled with the kind of banter that had always made their relationship fun. Then Maya pulled out a sparkly red dress, a flamboyant piece that looked completely out of place among her usually understated style. She burst into laughter, holding it up to herself in the mirror. "Remember this?" she'd asked, glancing at Ryan with a mischievous grin. "I bought it for that New Year's party we never went to." Ryan smirked. "Yeah, you were convinced it would be the highlight of the night." Maya's eyes twinkled as an idea struck her. "You know what? You should try it on." Ryan laughed, caught completely off guard. "Me? In that? No chance." "Oh, come on, it'll be funny," Maya insisted. "Besides, it's not like anyone's going to see. Consider it payback for all the times you teased me about my clothes." It was a light-hearted challenge, one that Maya had thrown at him countless times before, but this time there was something different, a playful defiance in her tone that intrigued Ryan. Maybe it was the lingering nostalgia of their time together, or maybe it was just the boredom of another gray afternoon, but something in him agreed. "Fine." Ryan shrugged, feeling a mix of reluctance and excitement. "Why not?" Maya's laughter echoed as she tossed the dress to him. "Bathrooms that way, superstar." Ryan stepped into the bathroom and stared at the dress in his hands. The fabric shimmered under the light, and he couldn't help but chuckle at the absurdity of the situation. Slowly, he pulled off his jeans and t-shirt, feeling the cool fabric of the dress as he slipped it over his head. It fit surprisingly well, hugging his frame in a way that was oddly flattering. He glanced at himself in the mirror and felt a strange sensation, a mix of embarrassment, amusement, and something else he couldn't quite place. A freedom he hadn't felt in a long time. When Ryan finally emerged, Maya's reaction was immediate. She burst into laughter, not in a mean way, but with a joy that filled the room. "Ryan, you actually look good," she said, her tone softening from playful to genuine. "I'm impressed." Ryan did a dramatic twirl, playing it up. "Well, I always knew I had a hidden talent for fashion." They both laughed, but as Ryan sat back down, still wearing the dress, the mood shifted. What began as a joke started to feel like something more, a shared experience that was opening doors they hadn't realized were closed. They talked, drifting into memories of their time together, revealing things they hadn't been brave enough to say when they were a couple. Ryan confessed how he often felt trapped by expectations, always having to be strong, composed, and reliable. Maya, in turn, admitted how she felt pressured to always be the fun, carefree girl everyone expected her to be. As the conversation flowed, Maya's eyes lingered on Ryan, seeing him in a way she hadn't before. "You know, I've always loved how you surprise me," she said softly. "Even now." Ryan smiled, feeling seen, not just as her ex, but as a person. It was freeing. What began as a simple joke turned into a bonding ritual. Over the next few weeks, Ryan found himself back at Maya's apartment more often, trying on clothes and letting Maya experiment with makeup. They laughed over his awkwardness with mascara, his clumsy attempts at walking in heels, and the endless selfies they took, capturing each absurd moment. For Ryan, it was like rediscovering a part of himself he never knew existed. A playful, lighter side that Maya had helped bring out. But as they continued, the changes started to feel less temporary. Maya began to teach Ryan more about makeup and how to style the clothes to suit him. She even brought out a long chestnut wig one day, placing it gently on Ryan's head. Suddenly, his reflection in the mirror didn't just look like a man in a dress. It looked like someone entirely new. "Wow," Maya whispered, her fingers adjusting the wig. "You look beautiful." Ryan's heart fluttered at her words. "Do I?" "Yeah," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "You really do." The next steps were unplanned but felt oddly natural. Maya suggested a spa day, where Ryan nervously agreed to a full-body wax and skincare treatment. Then came the nail salon, where his fingers and toes were painted in a soft, feminine pink. With each new addition, Ryan felt himself changing, not just in appearance but in spirit. He began to embrace this new version of himself, a version that felt free of the burdens and expectations of his old life. Maya even convinced Ryan to see a stylist who specialized in gender transformations. What was meant to be a casual consultation turned into a complete makeover. Hormone blockers, Maya explained, were an option if he wanted to explore more permanent changes. Ryan surprised even himself when he agreed to try them, curious to see how far this new identity could go. Weeks turned into months and Ryan's body began to shift. His features softened, his skin grew smoother, and a gentle curve developed at his waist. He felt lighter, more at ease in his own skin. And with every change, Maya was right there, supporting him, encouraging him to keep exploring this new side of himself. They spent evenings together, Maya coaching Ryan through everything from how to walk gracefully in heels to how to perfect the smoky eye look. And as Ryan transformed physically, their connection deepened. It wasn't about rekindling an old romance. It was about forging something new, built on mutual support, laughter, and an unspoken understanding that they were both evolving. One evening, as they sat on Maya's balcony, watching the city lights twinkle in the distance, Ryan, now going by the name Riley, felt a profound sense of peace. He wore a soft blue dress, his favorite one of Maya's, and his hair, now naturally grown out, framed his face in loose waves. Maya sat beside him, their fingers intertwined, a quiet affirmation of the journey they had shared. "I never thought I'd be here," Riley admitted, his voice softer, reflecting his inner transformation. "Not just in a dress, but feeling like this. Like I'm finally myself." Maya squeezed his hand. "You've always been this person. You just needed the right moment to find it." They sat there, wrapped in the warmth of their renewed bond and the cool evening breeze, content in the quiet understanding that their relationship had changed, but in a way that felt right. It was no longer about labels or expectations. Boyfriend, girlfriend, exes, friends. They were simply two people who have found their way back to each other through an unexpected journey of self-discovery. As the night grew darker, Riley glanced at Maya, a soft smile playing on his lips. "Thank you," he said, "for everything." Maya smiled back, resting her head on his shoulder. "Thank you for letting me see the real you." And in that moment, beneath the stars, Riley realized that sometimes the most beautiful transformations aren't about becoming someone new. They're about finding the courage to embrace who you've always been, with the people who matter most by your side. Thank you for joining us on another captivating journey through So's stories. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you never miss a tale. Until next time, keep exploring, keep imagining, and keep believing in the magic of storytelling. See you in the next chapter.